Hello, beautiful Juanette. I am so excited to chat to you about your journey with Unleash Your Hero and your transformation because even as I see you here today, you are glowing differently, which I know you have not heard only from me, but from many different people. So before we dive in, let's get a feel for where you were before you started Unleash Your Hero.
Hi, Kai. Thank you so much. And yeah, it was quite a process from like where we started and where we now. So thank you so much for the compliment. As you know, I've been contemplating doing Unleash Your Hero for quite a few for a long time already. And last year it was like work was a lot. It was so much pressure. I knew I've been putting in so much work into myself, and I felt stuck. And then I got my heart broken into a billion pieces, and that was almost the push that I needed to like just close my eyes, take the dive, and start Unleash Your Hero. So I think it was like, although I put a lot of work in, like still feeling stagnant in like where I was at that stage, and then having my heart broken, it was a very good like motivation for me to say like, now this is the right time. But it's also not like, oh, I have my heart broken and then I want to do Unleash Your Hero. It's almost as if everything conspired together to get me to the point of making that decision of, now it's me and I have to focus on me, because what was triggered inside of me needed healing as well. And it wasn't
Definitely.
healing that was done over the last 3, 4, 5 years that I have been putting in the work. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I started, broken into a billion pieces.
And what has a transformation been? Because I know, and something that I always want to say to people that that may be listening to these testimonials is that Anisha Hero is not the magic pill that will fix everything overnight. You have done a lot of healing. You've also worked with other energy healers. Like you've really invested a lot into yourself and your journey. But what would you say the transformation is that Unleash Your Hero specifically gave you, or what tools have aided you to get you to where you are today?
I think starting from where you said is like, you still have to make the decision to put in the work. So I can pay you, you can give me everything, but if I don't do what you offer us to, like if we don't use the tools, then it's like buying tools to build a cupboard, but you put the tools on the floor and the wood on the floor, but you don't, and the cupboard won't get just built. So you have to put in the work. Where um your approach in Unleash Your Hero is where we start understanding ourselves, highlighting what or stuff I knew I needed to fix. And my limiting belief around crying was something that you actually brought up, which I never realized I had. And it was picked up in the energy healing session. And then when you mentioned it in the feedback, I was like, maybe it is an issue. And then I realized, but it is an issue. And so many of my friends kept on telling me, stop apologizing for crying. So what the tools does, it makes you understand you as a human being better. And then also to be more open and honest with yourself, to admit, like, do you know what? We had a meditation session. Sorry, I'm talking like all over the show, but we had a meditation session where you said, okay, if someone, what do you like dislike? For example, if people call you that, whether it's like being a money digger, whether it's being flaky, you called, mine was flaky. And I said like, yo, I don't like being called that. And you said, but that isn't that something inside of you that might be a problem? And you give us the opportunity to be honest with ourselves, to
Yeah.
realize that, do you know what? It's okay to be flaky. Because from that conversation and out of one of my energy healing sessions I have with someone else, it was actually noticed that if I wasn't flaky sometimes with whom I am and why I'm flaky, I would have not been alive anymore, because it saved my life. So it's amazing that if we honest and we open, because you have to be open. It's fine going to someone saying, please help me, but you don't really, like, you're not open to it. It teaches you so much, using your tools in, again, knowing yourself, being honest with yourself, using what you give us to do the growth, to heal from stuff. And then maybe something else pops up and you can go through the same process to heal that as well. And what makes Unleash Your Hero so awesome is that you can go back and you can redo the work, and there's always, we heal and we become better, but there's always something that can be more better than it is currently.
Definitely. And that's why you guys get lifetime access to the program, because it really does become your toolbox for life. You don't just do Anisha Hero once and think that everything in your life is going to be fixed, because your life is made up of challenges, and we have to have challenges in order to grow and evolve and become better human beings. And it is part of, you know, our human experience is to grow and evolve. So also just apologies for the very loud noises in the background. And yeah, so let's just talk, because you are one of the clients, which I'm really delighted to say, you know, you took out a payment plan, and before, like, I think it was like you weren't even halfway, and you're like, I actually want to pay for the rest of it in full. And I know that as well, the investment was one of the, I want to say, like, barriers to joining, like just having that, oh yes, I'm joining, I don't care what the investment is. It was one of the things that you did consider deeply. So talk to us about the investment process and what you've gained, and, you know, how you were able to also then pay it off a lot faster.
So what happened is I am the only income in my house because I'm the only one living in my house. So for me is I did invest in buying a new car beginning of last year, and I had to consider going from 5, 6, 7 years not paying a car payment suddenly to have that and the insurance increasing. But I think when I got to the point in before August, my heart was broken in middle of July. I was like, Juanette, it will come. Because if this is what, because I was pushed to do it, I knew that I won't be pushed into a direction where I won't be taken care of. So I shut my eyes. I did, like, I budgeted sort of to make a plan to at least do the payment plan, because I knew doing previous courses from you, it will be worth the money. Also the smaller master classes that you have given us, there's always something that I got out of it. And as I said last night as well, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to like almost integrate into your subconscious mind. I knew in the long run it would be worth the money, even if I don't eat, I have to do Unleash Your Hero. And then 3 months into the process, it was actually 3 months, at the third month, I said to you, okay, what's my outstanding balance? I'm paying everything. I almost consolidated all my debt, paid off that as well, and the repayment plans on the consolidation was a lot cheaper than paying all the smaller things. So it was to a point where I said, okay, I know I will get guidance if this is what I'm meant to do, which I trusted it is, because I'm more in touch with my higher self and my intuition and gut. I got safely to the position where I could consolidate everything and then just do once-off payment plan for the consolidated debt. But the amounts that we pay, it does sound a lot. It sounds very little in dollars, but in rands, it is a lot, considering the inflation rate and the conversion rates and. But what we got out of a 3-month container, which became a 4-month container, even with you going on, like you got married, you went on honeymoon, we still got almost, I think, a year's worth, not even a lifetime's worth of work in those 4 months. And it is a lot of work now, even for 4 months. I know you said you wanted to make it 5, but the investment, I think for myself, I got that money back already, although I'm paying off the loan still. You understand? I already got 10 times, 20 times more back doing this than paying $2,222 for your course. So it sounds a lot, but I promise you it was worth it. It was like what we got out of it, understanding myself being on a human design level, knowing how it's okay to get frustrated, knowing like this is why don't push me for something. It's okay now. No, it's like I'm not hard on myself anymore. I flow easier. So that
and
money,
you stopped apologizing as much as you used to.
And I'm not crying and apologizing for crying. But I don't apologize. I think twice before I tell someone. I even tell my friends now, stop apologizing to me for crying. You are allowed to cry with me. And it's amazing because I grew, and even the feedback that I give still, like I haven't got my business up and running to the point, but giving them life coaching advice on where they are. And I have a few friends that are struggling to fall pregnant. It's so much more mature. Like even they say, yo, this is not the same Juanette as 6 months ago. And it's a good thing for me because it makes you know how much it takes to invest in yourself to grow as a person as well, even seeing your growth, and that like spilled over into Unleash Your Hero for us, because it does. If you're in a good space, we're in a good space, and like we can give back to you as well then, because we feed off each other. And yeah,
Completely.
I mean, it was even just meeting the girls in the group who made that investment worth it, like every single cent.
Oh, amazing. I've honestly got goosebumps because I know you were one of the ladies that also did make lifelong friends. And I know that you're going to be doing the next Unleash Your Hero as well, which I'm very, very excited about. And I cannot wait to have you in there. And I know that you're going to be a great guide and leader for other people coming into the program as well. So just want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing your energy. Thank you for doing all the work. You know, I can give you the tools, but you actually took them and did something with them and integrated them, and you really did ponder them and, you know, mull them over. And it's just amazing to see your transformation. Completely different Juanette. Like, I wish we could actually have a photo, or even just a photo to show your energy and your aura. It was completely different 6 months ago. Completely different 6 months ago. So
we did take photos. You
yes,
remember? We did take, and I could see the sadness in my eyes. Now I'm just tired, but you can see, like, you could see the heartache. You could see the unworthiness. You could
even
see
if you
not
smiled, it
enoughness.
was
It didn't shine. I have a beautiful smile, but it didn't shine. So yeah, it does. Yeah.
beautiful.
And even you trusting us, because it's like working with a client, you need to, like, I know you do your calls where you like, you need to make sure that your energies almost have a rapport, because if a client is draining, it's also not complementative to your cause. Or if they want to, but they're not willing to do the work, it's going to count negative towards you. So thank you for trusting me to do this, because also, like, although I've been pushing to do it for a long time, I think we both almost knew I wasn't ready. Although the money was used as an excuse, I was now ready. That's why the money wasn't an excuse anymore. So although it is still a point to consider, it wasn't an excuse anymore. So yeah, thank you for trusting me to do this, and knowing that I'll honor what I got out of Unleash Your Hero as well.
Beautiful. I honestly love that. So before we go, are there any sort of last words or comments or words of wisdom that you'd like to impart with anybody that may be considering doing Unleash Your Hero in the future?
I think they need to feel inside themselves that they're ready to do this. But if they doubt whether it will work or not, if you put in the work, it will definitely work. Just something that I learned, and you mentioned it, and my Reiki, my energy healer mentioned it, and even May mentioned it to me before, is where I needed to flow more. I needed to trust the process more. I needed to stop looking for near signs and trust my gut and instinct. So if your gut and instinct is pushing you to do this, it is maybe the right time to take the leap, make the investment, because it is an investment. It's not a debt. It is an investment. And you will walk out of this a totally different person, but not in terms of you now more beautiful and now more whatever. You just glow differently. You grow, you heal what needs to be healed. And yeah, it's like almost as you talk a lot about it, like the quantum leap. You just take a quantum leap into a whole different version of yourself. And I love myself more. I love myself, but I love myself even more now. And I can guarantee them they will love themselves more.
Beautiful. Well, Juanette, thank you so much for your time. I've got goosebumps all over, especially just thinking about your transformation, and so happy that you're going to be in the next round. But thank you so much for your time and your energy and just everything.
Thank you. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to meet all the new ladies and see it, because I know there's a few of us that's redoing it with you. That is how awesome it was. We're all redoing it. And yeah, thank you so much for investing so much of yourself into this course and teaching us so much. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you, and like one-on-one, just giving you feedback and showing you how much this really meant to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.